So when it comes to Ireland's green policies, you've criticised the energy policies of other European countries like Germany previously, and now Ireland has gone a very similar route to the point where our national grid operator, EirGrid, says that we're going to have electricity shortages every winter for years into the future. And this seems like a big deal, but considering the fact that Ireland is home to so many data centres and tech companies and so on, you would think that as sort of the Silicon Valley of Europe, you would want to have a secure energy grid. So as somebody with a tech company based in Ireland, yourself and other European countries, are you worried about the direction of the Irish energy sector and the European energy sector more broadly?
Well, I think we've gone to, I certainly consider myself an environmentalist, and I think it's hard to say that there's any single person who's done more to help sustainable energy and the environment than I have. So I speak with some authority and knowledge in this area. There's absolutely no need to do anything to farming. Changing farming will have no effect on the environment. It's totally fine. Stop attacking the farmers. They can just keep doing. They can keep doing what they're doing. There's only one thing that really matters with respect to the environment, and that is how many billions of tons of CO2 do we take out of the ground and put into the atmosphere. So it stands to reason that if you take enough tonnage of CO2 from hydrocarbons that's buried deep underground, and you take it from deep underground and put it in the atmosphere, that eventually you're going to have some change in the atmosphere. So I do think that we want to move towards a sustainable energy economy where we limit how much carbon we take from deep underground and move to the atmosphere. But that's the only thing that matters. Methane doesn't matter. Methane decays to CO2 very quickly, so it all ends up being CO2 anyway. It really it's fundamentally how much carbon do we take from deep underground and add to the surface cycle. That's the only thing that matters, and we can leave farmers alone. And the risk, in my view, for CO2 and global warming is it is meaningful in the long term, if you say sort of 50 years type of thing or more. I don't think it is a risk in the short term, but it will take a long time to transition an economy that is still mostly based on hydrocarbons and transition that to sustainable energy where it's mostly wind, solar, nuclear. I'm actually a big proponent of nuclear. I think nuclear fission is fine, or hydro or geothermal. These are all sustainable, and that's it really. It's no more complicated than that. Is that we should just generally lean in the direction of a sustainable energy economy. But for sure, we can leave the farmers alone. These actions that hurt farmers' ability to do farming, and I have a lot of respect for the hard work associated with farming, are completely unnecessary and will achieve nothing with respect to global warming.
So that would include things like cutting down on the number of livestock. We have a proposal here to cut the number of livestock in the country, cows, I believe, by about 200,000. You don't think that would have any positive impact on the environment?
Zero.
Okay, then.
Literally, you wouldn't even be able to measure it. And if somebody says they would be able to measure it, then I want to hear what that measurement number is. But I will bet $1 billion you won't even be able to measure it. $1 billion.
That's a bold.
Unmeasurable. That's how little the impact is.